What's up, guys? Finally, I am back with another solo overnight camping trip, backpacking trip. It's been a long time, been too long. And I'm back at one of my favorite places. This is in the Lake Wales Ridge State Forest, and it's the Arbuckle Tract. I've done a few sites here before that I previewed. One was the lakeside site, and I can't remember the first one, but I'll put the links for them below. They were both great, and I love this place so much that I couldn't wait to get back. Today I'm going to be at the Creekside site, and it's beautiful. It's about, I don't know, 52 degrees, and like usual, I choose the windiest one of the coldest nights of the year to do this. I just love it that way. I don't know why. It's not real cold. It's still Florida, but it's going to get down to the low 30s tonight, and it should be a blast. So I'm going to take you along. It's only about a 2.5 mile hike into the site I'm going to. Like I said, I've been here before, but I've never been to this site, and it is a beautiful hike in. There's a lot of reasons I love it here, and I'll get into them as we go along, but one of them is it's just so well organized and maintained. You can see it already. There's already a parking site for me. You do have to reserve these sites, and I'll put all the information for that below, but it's just a beautiful area. Trail entrance will be just to your right of the parking spot, and like I said, very clearly marked. I don't know if you can see that, but the creek runs down there. I think it's Ready Creek. And the trail just kind of follows the path of the creek until you get to the campsite. For the most part, anyway. So there's a lot of reasons I love this place, the Arbuckle Tract, other than just the natural beauty, of course. For me, it's relatively close. I'm in the Largo Clearwater area. It's usually around 2 hours to get here, a little more. But unlike most of the other places where you're fighting Florida traffic the whole time, which can be brutal, a good portion of this is down old country highways. Not much traffic at all, if any. You're going through miles and miles of orange groves. It's not a bad drive at all. And right before you get here, you're driving right along a lake in a small community. So you are on I-275 and I-4, worst road in the world, for a little bit. But, you know, that last stretch is nice country driving, and I don't mind that at all. Last time I was out here, I stayed at the lakeside site. I'll put a link to that below or up here. Great site, but you know, there were some things I didn't like about it. The view of the lake wasn't so great. But my buddy Jake Lee let me know that he recently stayed out there and they have made some improvements to that. They've cut down a lot of that brush that was in the way of the lake, so there's a much better view now. So I do look forward to getting back there someday. But I think before I do that, I'm going to move on to some of the other sites that are around here. I think there's 3 or 4 more. Last time I was here and I stayed at the lakeside site, I came in on a different trail, and that was much more wide open, kind of through a prairie, for most of the way anyway, until you got close to the site. This is much more closed in, and you're along this creek the whole way. I'm loving this. This is sweet.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see. From up here, the world seems small. We can sit together. It's so beautiful, you and me. We meant to be.
Hey, I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video, and I don't do this enough for this channel ever to get big, and that's not really my intentions anyway. This is just a hobby, and I just try to give people an idea what to expect when planning for a trip like this, overnight or 2 nights at some of these primitive sites, without giving too much away. But even though this will never be a big channel and that's not my goal, I really would appreciate it if you hit the like button and you subscribed. Thank you.
To see the truth around you, from a distance you can tell. You and me, we're meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free. You and me.
I just love coming out here in the cooler weather. I mean, you really don't get a lot of opportunities to hike in Florida where you're not going to be sweating after 25 minutes. I mean, even in the cooler months. So to me, this is super refreshing. I know tonight when I'm just laying in my tent, it might get a little chilly. I do highly recommend wearing long pants out here. And you just saw why. The trail's a little overgrown in some spots. Not even overgrown. It's just the nature of the trail, and you're gonna have vegetation hitting your legs. I've already picked off a few sand spurs, and This is the only place in Florida I've ever had a deer tick on me. Yet another reason I love coming in the colder weather. You can wear long pants and still be comfortable. This is exactly 1 mile in. So I've hit some completely random wet spots. It is January, dry season, but we did get some rain recently, just a couple days ago. But I can imagine in the summer this is probably pretty wet. But I don't camp in Florida in the summer. Just beautiful though. Two hours ago, I was in 8 lanes of bumper-to-bumper traffic. And now I'm here. Gotta watch your head in a few places. Oh, man. Nope, didn't make it. It's a problem being 6'3" and hiking sometimes. .7 miles in, make the turn. Final stretch here. The trail has gone from single track, really narrow, to open double track. Now we're coming through these oaks. I might say it. Well, I think I spoke too soon. I was about to say this could be my favorite hike in ever in Florida so far. Until I see this. This is not good. Especially if I get my feet wet and it's supposed to be 32 degrees tonight. So far, I've been able to navigate around it. If I have to, I'll just roll up my pants, put the Crocs on, and croc my way through it. But so far, so good. Again, the summer months, that might not go so well. All right, here we are. My watch just hit exactly 2 miles, and we are at the site. Looks beautiful. I can hear the creek running alongside me. Only other noise is a plane. Oh yeah. I mentioned I did come here one time just to check it out for a few minutes. This is my first time staying here, and this looks just perfect. Somebody left some kindling for me. Thank you. Have been some hogs here, of course. Let's check out the creek. All set up at this beautiful site. Really, really loving it. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better day. Down to about 53 right now, and it feels perfect. I always set up as soon as I get to camp. There are a lot of reasons for that. First of all, you get to see if you forgot anything. And if you forgot something important, you'll still have plenty of time to adapt or bail out if you have to on these shorter trips. For example, tonight, if I didn't have my insulated pad or my sleeping bag, I would get out of here. You know, I'm not here to be a tough guy. I'm here to have fun. Secondly, it kind of airs out all your equipment, especially your tent. Now I have time to go collect some firewood and just kind of, you know, take it all in without having to worry about getting set up later. All right, you've heard me rave about these pants before, and I'm about to do it again. They're just amazing. And I never thought I'd find the day where I was wearing mostly Wrangler pants, but this is pretty much what I wear. Hiking, camping, doing chores, just hanging out, even just going around town. I can't remember the exact name of these models, but they are so comfortable and they are so flexible, and they're kind of tough. As you saw, they're pretty tough for how thin they are, and I just love them. I'll put the link for them below in the description. I recommended these to my stepson, who does air conditioning and refrigeration work, and that's all he wears to work now. He loves them. He got the ones with the slightly bigger pockets to hold tools and stuff, but I can't recommend them enough. And they're $26. That's like a third or a quarter of the price as I used to pay for good outdoor pants. So Wrangler outdoor pants. They have all kinds of different models. I'll put the link for the exact ones below, but I cannot recommend them enough. I was able to find an area that is not only flat, but for the most part doesn't have any precarious branches above me. I always look for that. Tough to find here because these oaks are kind of overarching all over the place, which is a good thing, but I just don't like to have any heavy branches over me at night. Plenty of places to put hammocks. I'm a tent camper again. I used to do hammocks. You could put them right there, right at the entrance to the site. Would be a great spot. And there's some more back here that I think would be good. But overall, what a beautiful site. Firewood's a little scarce right now. Everything I found was pretty much all mush, but I'm gonna go back up the trail a little bit, see what I can find.
If you want to open yourself up for a massive downfall, just let your ego get out of control. Really, if you want to let that happen, yeah, let your ego get out of control. So every single day for me, it starts at ground zero. I've got to go forward with an open mind, with a humble mind, looking at the world. It's classic. Like when I get asked a question, hey, let me hear this. What detail is this person talking about? What angle is this person coming at it from? What can I learn from this question? How can I assess this question? Everything that I look at, I try and look at from a humble perspective. And if you don't do that, it's going to be a problem.
Get out of here. Beautiful, crisp 33 degrees this morning. All right, it's 9 o'clock. I'm all packed up, ready to get out of here. It's still only 39 degrees. I slept terrible, as I always do, but it wasn't because I was cold. I just couldn't get comfortable. I was a little cold, but not bad. Heard the usual. Owls, coyotes. I did have that one pig come through. I could barely see it, but I definitely heard it. But, you know, typical Florida. Let's take one last look at the Creekside site. Beautiful campsite, especially in the evening, in the morning. It's gorgeous. It's huge. I think the capacity, they had it listed as 8. Definitely, you could definitely do 8 comfortably here. Plenty of room for lots of tents. Lots of good options for hammocks. And it's open, but it has plenty of shade too. So I love this one. This is moving towards the top of the list. Maybe even at the very top. Make sure you read the description of this video. I'm going to put details on how to make reservations, how much it costs, how to get here, any other tips and tricks that I can add. I'll put them in the description, so make sure to check that out. And I'm going to head out of here. According to my watch, it's down to 36 again, but it feels amazing. I'm already taking layers off. No wind whatsoever. Perfect hike out so far. You know, some people ask why I do this, especially when I sleep horribly and I'm miserable at night. It's because the rest of the trip is always magical. The hike in, the seeing the site for the first time, the campfire, camp dinner, the hike out, the peacefulness, the solitude. To me, it's all worth